What is going on, everybody? Ah, there it is. All right. Ooh, happy Wednesday. Happy Thanksgiving Eve for all my American viewers. And for those of you not in America or not celebrating Thanksgiving, well, happy Thanksgiving to you too. You should give thanks for the wonderful things in your life. Even though sometimes it doesn't feel like we have many wonderful things in our lives, we should give thanks for every single one of the little ones that we do have. Vitally important. And on that note, my house smells like the best pasta salad in the world. Mainly because, well, that's what my family demands of me. So I have to supply it to them. Otherwise, then they aren't thankful for me. So it's funny, I was on Facebook earlier and they had a map of the United States broken down by state, right? All the little state borders. And it was Google Trends, things that people look for, recipes that people look for in the United States based on state. You know what the most highest trending recipe was? And there were three. Mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese, and stuffing. Okay? And like California was mashed potatoes. You know, people looking for a mashed potato recipe. And then there were like 8 states that had no trending whatsoever. Not enough people were searching up Thanksgiving Day recipes for it to hit Google's trending. And they were almost exclusively in the American South. From Texas all the way through Florida, up into Georgia, Tennessee, hell, even Alaska didn't have any trending search results for Thanksgiving recipes. I thought that was kind of funny. That it was just like there's this huge swath of the United States that, nope, we make the same shit every year. We don't need to look up a recipe for it. Oh, welcome everybody. All right, let's continue where we left off. And I have some more gaming news to talk about. We'll talk about later when we get a few more people in here. And so good news. A couple games that we play here on the channel or have played on the channel, getting sequels in the next couple of years. So not 2030, you know, 2026, 2027, maybe even 2028. So anyway, we'll get to that in just a little bit. We'll get to those games and what we can hope to expect for that. So, but let's go ahead and jump back into the game. Trust your auntie. All right. That's right. Hi there, Miss Denise. I am doing well. My house smells like the best pasta salad in the world. And so I'm having to deal with that. But I'm doing all right. Gary, how you doing, sir? Let's come over here to the second choice. See what's in here.
I'm beginning to reach the tail end of my patience. You will tell me the location of the broker.
Lad, you ain't got much of a concept of a deal, do you? You ain't got nothing to offer, and a threat is offering less than nothing.
You realize any other arbiter would have crushed you where you stand for obstruction of justice long before now? That I am flowing with magnanimity?
Can't say I know what that word means, but if you're inclined to keep threatening me, only thing gonna be flowing is your blood out your body.
I guess this is where I walk in now. Yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow too. I stopped and talked to my mom for about an hour yesterday because, well, I was off and I was driving past her place of employment and saw her truck there. So I said, oh, I'll stop in and see Mom. I never go to her office. So then I ended up sitting there for like an hour talking with her. So I know that I have sticky buns waiting for me when I get to her place in the morning. So that's a good way to get the diabetes started off right on Thanksgiving Day, is with Mom's sticky buns.
Maybe if you would actually purchase something, I'd help you find your quarry. Well, might. Actually, might's a strong word.
The Sovereign's arbiters do not negotiate. Tell me where the broker is.
Yeah, I got actual customers to see to. Let me know how not negotiating goes for you.
This guy's named.
Stranger, seen my fix? Hope you're about to offer to rid me of this damn fool.
You cannot dissuade an arbiter from their sovereign-given duty, no matter how much of an irritant you may attempt to be.
What seems to be the problem here?
I came to meet with the information broker for, Protectorate business, Protectorate reasons. However, I find myself foiled at near every turn. None within the Protectorate would defy an arbiter and expect to live. Regrettably, I cannot make the locals see reason without rendering myself unable to learn what I seek.
Even polite entreaties don't see most getting an invite to the broker. And you've been anything but.
What I heard didn't seem too diplomatic either.
Are you daft? Do you understand how diplomatic I am being simply by staying my hand? Any other arbiter would have executed you all where you stand.
You're just so merciful it makes me blush. I'm sure your staying your hand has nothing to do with the armed guards watching your every move. No matter what this fella says, he's not going to convince me to trust him. He's a walking security risk.
Let's see. Put him to work washing dishes. He doesn't break any. After a week, he can see the broker. You two are giving me a headache. Deal with it yourselves like adults. If it's risk you're concerned about, have him prove himself to you.
An arbiter need prove themselves to no one but the Sovereign. But if I must debase myself to further my aim, so be it.
Interesting thought. Occurs to me there might just be something that needs looking into.
I hope this has intrigue. I love intrigue.
Within the Golden Ridge locale on Dorado, there's a refugee camp. It's unassuming, quiet-like. Most of the folks there just want to be left alone. They see to the few needs they have by working with the broker. But we ain't heard from them in a fortnight and change. Serves to reason something untoward may have transpired there. You see your way to looking into that, maybe we'll talk.
Sounds like you want me to go as well. Why?
I don't fancy the idea of letting an arbiter loose on our allies without supervision. Might not know you, but anything's better than giving him complete freedom.
I do not take your speaking of me as some kind of feral canid lightly.
Why do I get the feeling that I'm not going to like Tristan very much? How exactly do these refugees work with the broker?
That's between them and Sub Rosa. You in or you out?
All right, fine, I'm in.
Great. Take the lap canid with you. I've had enough of his excitability, and so have my customers.
I don't claim to be pleased with the circumstances surrounding this co-investigation, but perhaps we may surprise one another. I'm Arbiter Tristan Rao.
Draco, ever worked with a partner before?
When I was an apprentice, yes, but not since. And certainly never with an outsider. I shall meet you at the camp. Let us hope we both arrive there intact.
All right. Why do I get the feeling we just picked up a new companion? He DoorDashed a bag of potatoes. Denise?
Oh, come now, Prospero. You've been on that stage hundreds of times.
Exactly, Gary.
This perturbation looks bad on you, and you're not one for looking bad. Terribly sorry you've got me ruminating. A man of my persuasion shouldn't stoop to such self-deprecation, especially in front of prospective customers.
You seem like you could be well informed.
You've identified me properly. But information transference is the lifeblood of Free Market Station, and if you want a transfusion, you'll have to grant me a spot of help. I'm in charge of keeping the patrons of the saloon entertained. Normally this does not present an issue, but I learned that an old flame of mine shall attend my next performance. My resolve is uncharacteristically flagging. I find myself fixating on the most minute of issues. I need something to bolster my confidence.
Why are you trying to impress this person? I'm gonna say no, Gary. It's probably like 3 blocks away.
She knows my real name. Prospero's just a stage title, as it happens. There's a certain kind of intimacy that I fear shall be difficult to ignore.
Oh, that's even worse. Across the street? Oh, Denise.
Liquid courage has never failed me, but I have a discerning palate. The automech chef in the bazaar sells my preferred brand of alcohol, though it can be headstrong. You see, I can't just drink any old swill from the bar. My refined palate can only stomach one drink. Iceberg aged whiskey. Something of a collector's item, I'm told.
I guess I'll keep an eye out.
Now, if you'll excuse me, an artist must be granted solitude to properly amass his mental forces.
Because I'm going to try very hard not to buy that. Just unbox my desktop from work. You don't have a job. Shut up. Jesus. 8 gig of RAM? Holy crap. What's that thing run, DOS? All right. What's in here? Just the crapper. Looks like someone crapped all over the place. Oh God, that is worse. Let's... Oh yeah, totally. Ooh, hack of 8. God. Yeah, you play Minesweeper for days with that thing. A single line of text stands on this crumpled paper. Password, third chance, don't forget. All right, that actually like did something. Software that you need. Yeah, we're gonna have to go back through, which is fine by me. All right, let's go look upstairs. Fiona.
Another challenger approaches. Prepare to be sent weeping from my curio collection. None have defeated my collections, and none shall. But I do so delight in a competition. Are you prepared to do battle?
What are we preparing to do battle over? Huh. What the hell are you talking about, lady? I just wandered in here.
No one wanders into Fiona F. Walker. If you are here, we are fated to do battle. But I sense your reluctance. Very well. Defeat my collection and I'll grant you the chance to purchase other items from past collections. My curios are myriad, unique, and powerful. I take you for an adventuring sort, and if that's correct, I would be beside myself if I do not possess anything you want.
All right, what are we preparing to do battle over?
Cards, my dear, of the toss ball and pitch ball variety. I must see if your collection bests my own.
I have a few here.
Sporting! Let us do battle. A not unimpressive display, closing in on my own. With perhaps a handful more, you just might defeat me. But today, you do not. I cannot open my wares to any unless their collections rival my own. I hope you understand. Feel free to return once you have bolstered your ranks. But know that you shall still not defeat me.
Okay, so at least we got a quest for picking up these toss ball and pitch ball cards now. Cool. Nope, not getting in there. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's something you're gonna do anyway because you pick up everything. So, but now there might be some reward for it, you know? Oh, we already talked to Miguel. And we talked to the vendor there. Yeah, okay.
Anybody even listening to this? I mean,
It is, yeah, time to wander on out of here.
You just bought a shooter from not a weapons store, right? How's it treating you?
it ain't. Can't eat the sprats I shoot with it. Since they keep disintegrating.
Ah. Do you have Dowline for replacement?
Nah. I want it on
All right, so now we need to stop here. Dumbasses. Looking for Seybold's safe key because I don't have an 8 lockpick. Thanks, Guard Seybold. Oh, nice. And 600 XP. Even better. I bought the thing as a replacement for my older machine in 2013. In 2013, it was probably top of the line. Okay. So, we've done everything there.
Looks like the second choice has got a new shipment of swill. Gave it a try. Needs some aging, but not too bad.
What? I was just with...
Okay. So we talked to everyone we needed to talk to. There's the rift anomaly, so it marks itself. Good. All right, cool.
with Barney. He said we're not getting any new shipments for months. What did he let you try?
Well,
So, you know, I talked about this right when I started the stream, and I said that I would talk about it more as we get a few more people here. And since we got a few more people here, we'll go ahead and talk about it. There are 2 new games that we've played on this channel before, and their sequels are coming out in the next few years. When I say few years, I mean like 3. One of them could be 26, 27. The other one is looking like 28 and has a whole new team working on it. So the first one is Hogwarts Legacy 2. And WB Games is hard at work on that because that is one of the few single-player titles that has made them any money over the last few years. It's one of the few titles that have made them any money over the last few years. And so they are wanting to... And we're going to Dorado. So they're wanting to capitalize on that one for sure. And so they're saying could be next year or the year after. So that's fantastic. Looking forward to that. And the second one is CD Projekt Red has announced that a sequel to Cyberpunk is in the works. Estimated a 2028 release. And it is CDPR Boston that is the primary on that title, with support from the home office over in Europe, over in Poland, right? Yeah, Poland. But yeah, they have an entire Boston team working on it, and so that'll be coming out in just a few years. Bruno, can't stay to watch. Haven't started at WB2. I appreciate you stopping by. Well, no, the new Cyberpunk will actually be based out of Chicago. They're going to be putting a Cyberpunk spin on Chicago. But the actual CDPR office is based in Boston. I'm going to say Cyberpunk 2 will be released before Elder Scrolls 6. And welcome to Dorado, everybody. I feel like I should break out the cowboy hat. No, it's cool. All right, Runa. Take care, buddy. Happy Thanksgiving.
That must be Matriarch's Mercy. Sure think a lot of their royal family, don't they?
Yeah. Looks like that's the way to go. Or not. How the hell did we get down? Can't imagine we just jump. That doesn't seem very safe. What in the hell?
Didn't realize we were landing so close to the action.
We got bases down there. If one of them got hit, then that strike will be the first of many.
Yeah, a lot of jumping.
The plan can wait. Our lines will not. Good subjects arrive 15 minutes early to avoid missing their tram.
Wow. This station's sure going to scrap since last I stepped about. Don't think we'll be hitching a ride anywhere quick.
Yeah, no kidding here. This place is hurting.
Stay vigilant. Report any suspicious activity to your nearest station warden. Attention passenger. You are running 21,027.5 hours late for your tram. Please be mindful of your departure in the future.
Thanks. Obviously, that's the direction that they're going to want us to take. So, let's come over here. For Arcadia, no sacrifice is too great. Such was the caption of this mural, assembled painstakingly by a team of sculptors over the course of 6 years, commissioned by the sovereign himself to immortalize Arcadia's bounty. The original mural was deemed too spectacular to confine to one location. Eventually, the decision was made to fabricate copies of the original mural, each of which would be housed in the tram stations throughout the Golden Ridge, so that any subject may feel the caress of true artistry. Each of these copies was made to contain a piece of the original glorious mural. All right. We're going to make our own original mural. What's the name of that ship?
1061st. Reminder to keep all personal items with you at all times.
Theseus? Was that it? Theseus? Haven't heard that story in forever. Basically, it says if you had a boat and it was named Theseus, I think that's the name of it. That's what I'm going to go with anyway. And over the years, you had to replace boards on the boat from decay and damage and stuff like that. Eventually, you'd replace every board on the ship. And so, would that still be Theseus? Or if you took all the original boards in all the decayed state and put it together, would that be Theseus? Yes, Marcus. So I did have it right. Good to know. Okay. So now let's go over.
Stay vigilant. Report any suspicious activity to your nearest station warden.
You guys are like, what the hell? All right. Primer port. Plasma grenade. Shunts, shock rod. All right, Gary. Ammo. More ammo.
Looks like folks holed up here after the fighting started. Guess not everybody was eager to take sides.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, so this is the way out. Out. So let's go back upstairs really quick.
Day 206. Morale? Low. Condition? Feeble.
Whoops.
Watching. Always watching. Many have left for Matriarch's mercy, seeking refuge with the Order. The fools. Can't they see the Order is no different from the Protectorate? The Order won't...
Incessant muttering to oneself may disturb fellow passengers. Further conduct violations may warrant notification of the Sentinels.
Try it, you doddering rattletrap. Such threats compel me no longer. I now answer to no one. I've seen through the lies of both sides. In time, everyone will.
Unwarranted optimism may be a sign of a more serious imbalance. Please see a curativist before boarding.
Unwarranted optimism. I love it. Report any tram later than 16 seconds to the regional authority. Someone's clapping some cheeks. Are you guys hearing that in the background? I love these incidents. Eating in a non-designated area, fell asleep in a common area, and loudly snored. Okay, there wasn't much up here, but we at least covered it all.
Can't just shoot in the thin air.
Yeah, I can. I can always just shoot into thin air. Don't tell me I can't shoot into thin air. I'll shoot you into thin air. Okay, let's go.
Continue waiting quietly until the next train arrives.
I'll move over to clean this area out. Except for that.
Lest you're bent on exploring, best we hoof it over to Matriarch's Mercy and meet with that abbot Basar mentioned.
You too can reach the pinnacle of refreshment with Omega Point Tea. Available in standard and recaffeinated versions. A taste this transcendent.
Recaffeinated. Alright, so it wants us to come down here, talk to Abbot Newell. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to do down here. Might as well start down here.
Please, somebody help us! Anybody, please! Finally, some help. We desperately need aid. Desperately. My family and I, we was making our way to the Mercy camp for us refugees. We were set upon. My wife, my son were injured. Can't move them by myself. I had to leave them just past this tunnel so as I could go for help. But being alone is even more riskier. The Varachnids, I chased them off, but they'll be back. Please help us. Ain't nothing I can do for them, but you got weapon and medicines and can get us to the camp. Please.
Why does this feel like a setup? Because it's a setup, right? You know there's gotta be a setup.
I don't vary by my guess. She was bit on the thigh, high, like can see bone. Or maybe white means infected. She's screaming all the time when she's awake. Then she goes to sleep. She in agony. And my son ain't waked since the attack. Hurry, please. We must hurry or they'll be eaten. Or worse. Thank you. Thank you. This way.
Another adequate day in paradise. Ready to wait on your command.
Don't take cover.
Let me know when you needed a stretch.
Yeah, kind of saw that one coming, didn't we? plan is good. We kill a lot of dumb people and take their stuff. It's hard sometimes to still talk smart. Taking Adrena time makes talking good easy, but after Adrena time makes it even more harder. So need more Adrena time. Just gotta move, find new people to steal from. Order guys, antis guys, angry order guys are all hard to fight. New people's is easy, just need to find new place to catch them when order guy's not around. Yeah, the new good plan. We scrappers can do this. Just gotta keep talking smart and keep dumb talking scrappers in back for ambush. Yeah, how did that work out for you guys? I'm curious. What's making the sparkly noises? Let's go see what this is before we head over there.
Let me handle this. Back in business.
Welcome back.
Looks like a fight.
Ow.
Lay low, Commander. Head order.
Go, lock and load. Let's get the liquor. Let me in. Help me out.
Commander, you're bleeding.
Knew you had my back.
Shit.
Need to ask for help, but help?
Yeah, no
Back
kidding.
in business.
Well, and I don't know where their soft spot is, where their weak point is, and stuff like that, so. It's definitely not what you would think the head is. We've tried that. I like when you use a mag pick, and part of the reward in the case is another mag pick. Like, oh look, free lock picks. I'll take them. Oh, I can't get into that one yet. Here's another mag pick though. All right. Guess we're not getting into the rest of that.
Another refugee? All right, step forward. Just a moment. Allowing anyone into Matriarch's mercy unprocessed will upset the precarious ratio of refugees to aid. We should have an opportunity for placement in approximately 7.85 days, presuming no unforeseen alterations.
I'm not a refugee. I'm here on orders from Ruth.
Ah, I seem to recollect one matching your description set for arrival. Pardon my slowing your ingress. It has been rather hectic of late. Welcome to Matriarch's Mercy. Rule number 1, no crowding. Rule number 2, avoid the exclusion zone. Our seer has predicted non-specific imminent danger. I thought the name was self-explanatory. Our seer predicted that a corner of the encampment is in terrible danger. Danger from what or when? Unclear. Stay away from it, and in all probability, you won't have to find out.
Is there rule number 3?
Not at present, but according to our predictions, the creation of a third rule is likely, if not inevitable. Safety and probability are incompatible. Eventually, nowhere will be safe, including here. Our predictions spring from the universal equation, the very numbers that guide the stars. Only a fool ignores probability, and we don't suffer fools around these parts. That's enough questions. Keep the line moving. You need anything, talk to Seer Wiley. He's in the lift building, straight through the settlement.
All right.
I remember this place before the war. Functioning tramiculars. peaceful silence of the canyons.
I can't recall the last time this region was silent.
I swear, it's nigh on impossible to find decent animal remains in these parts.
It's a whole family.
How long are we meant to stay here?
That's the order. I'm not in the prediction business.
Algorithmic dissonance? Don't even like the sound of it. How could something be incalculable?
You must be a
Why,
vendor.
the very idea is preposterous.
My soup is nutritionally calculated to sustain all bodily functions, but it could use a little salt.
Okay, not a vendor.
Law. I haven't seen this many folks crammed together since recalled libations night at the thruster. Smells about the same too.
I want to make sure we're not missing anything like pitch ball cards or anything like that in any of these encampments, because I'll figure out how to steal that shit. But if it's just like a bottle of booze or something like that, I'm not worried about it, you know?
Broke my nose last scrap. Or, I guess Wally Dortmunder did, huh? I still don't get any of this.
What happened to this place? Law. Matriarch's Mercy is no safer than the trenches.
Look on the bright side. I predict that the worst is behind us.
The paradigm is a self-centered derivative take on the grand plan. That's how limited the Protectorate was.
Yeah, Jan Dunsany. Repeated and indiscriminate slaughter of order personnel. Okay. The crimes of theft, malfeasance, general wreaking of havoc. Fair enough. See a large pile of seemingly unrelated debris. What this once was isn't readily apparent at first glance. Let's do examine the wreckage. On further study, it seems this once was an improvised structure of some kind. Keep examining the wreckage. You see a large pile of seemingly unrelated debris, but nope. That's as far as we can go.
Shame what happened there. I seen the whole thing.
Violet? Let's talk with Violet.
Watch yourself if you intend to nose around that collapsed ramshackle. I swear, refugee settlements aren't what they used to be.
That's more than just debris?
Yes, technically a hut is meant to be only one story. Because when you stack them, they tend to fall over. Happens a lot.
Fair enough.
People here need more room to breathe. Can't build in the walkways, can't set up in the exclusion zone. So they build up. Best they can, at least. Don't have proper building material or nothing. They just make do. After a while, the stacked up little huts they jury-rigged come tumbling down.
So a bunch of displaced have been hurt during this?
Oh, you put that together, did you? Here, I thought I was being subtle. Yeah, people keep at it. What else choice they have? Order won't listen. Maybe if we interspersed our requests with numbers, they'd pay attention. Seems like all they care about sometimes.
What worries me is you may be right. He's seen you.
They're doing something, which is better than nothing, but not by much.
All right.
calculation. The overhaul is for somber internal speculation.
A reminder, makeshift habitations not meeting fundamental standards of structural integrity will be summarily dismantled. Politely.
Since the schism, the Protectorate have rewritten history and expanded our teachings.
$1,068.5 pardons, but my attention is presently 99.81% occupied, coordinating provisions and supplies for the displaced.
Open.
I haven't any time for idle chatter, but I suppose I can carve out a moment for urgent business.
Yeah, let's see what we got here. Patient step. Precog. While in TTD, which is the time dilation movement, no longer drains energy. Energy also drains 10% slower, increasing to 30% slower with your science skill. That's kind of cool. All right, nothing I really want here.
What is it? I have 15 seconds of allotted time for non-specific discourse, so choose your words with expediency. Oh, new arrivals. Of an independent operative nature, one presumes. Did the abbot assign you to help?
No, but it seems like I need it.
Yes. Unfortunately, you are the first to notice. Infrastructure requests from the displaced exceed present resource capacity. The mounting accumulation of prevailing desideratum is regrettably beyond us. Or beyond me, more to the point. I am simply one person, impossibly stretched thin, and unable to attend to the needs of the displaced. One priority concern stands out. Well, something of a dispute, really. One where my latest near-future prognostics report may provide some guidance. Tell me, what do you know of the exclusion zone?
The Order's keeping it off limits for shady reasons.
Excuse me, but the intricate dance of the cosmos is anything but shady. You see, the seer predicted that a calamity would befall the exclusion zone, warning that the barrier must not be crossed. But the ever-disruptive voice of the displaced is dead set on occupying the exclusion zone anyway, laughing in the face of certain peril.
Precisely how is it dangerous?
We don't know, and therein lies the frustration. The seer has augured death for anyone who enters the exclusion zone. Yes, you heard me right. Death. Furthermore, and I quote, an outside mediator, having earned the confidence of both sides, has a high likelihood of clearing up an ongoing dispute. We can't have the voice of the displaced sowing disorder. Will you help us? Will you be our outside mediator, as was foretold?
Do you believe both sides will listen, I'm in?
I believe only in the cold, inconvenient mathematics of the cosmos. This will work. It must work. The first step is to familiarize yourself with every angle of the dispute. Talk to the people of Matriarch's Mercy. The displaced want the exclusion zone. We want it kept off limits. We can't both be right. Feel free to speak with the voice of the displaced herself if you aren't already acquainted. Any questions before you get started?
What can you tell me about the voice?
I can tell you she's a rabble-rouser of the highest order. Still, she cleaves to her principles. That's something. You can find her outside, among her people, stubbornly defying an order barricade.
You said I was foretold.
Novice Seer Vicarage should have ample time to illuminate you on the Order's forecast modeling methods. He's just down the room from here. According to predictions, yes. Or at least my interpretation of them. I am reasonably certain, more than usual, in fact. Many people around camp support or object to our methods. Speak to them, form your own opinion, and when you are ready, we will decide the fate of the exclusion zone.
Alrighty then. What the hell? I don't even want to know.
By the law, it's you.
Oh, you have different stuff? I may want this one. Do we want shock? Or do we want... Ooh, there's the silencer for the sniper rifle. That we want to buy. I don't know if I have this one or not. The telescopic sight. We'll have to look. I'm gonna hold off on buying that.
Sure hope Val isn't missing something fierce back on the ship. Anyway.
She's a robot, dumbass.
Sure. Always happy to tool around for a bit. What did you have in mind?
Crafting. Weapon mod. No, we did not. Oh, we did. Telescopic sight. See? So glad I didn't buy it. Yeah, and we got the silencer for it. But we don't have anything else for the sniper rifle. So we may buy that shock for now. Let's see, where was that? Here? Yeah, the shock barrel. Because that's the only one that I've seen for the sniper rifle. So let's buy that. Yeah, microflex sight, hologram sight, sawed-off barrel. And then the telescopic site, which we already own.
You're right. The universe does not orient itself toward fairness. But it's my firm belief humanity can do better.
All evidence to the contrary.
I pleasantly anticipated this exact moment. My personalized order prediction and weekly prognostics report both mentioned encountering an unforeseen factor about now. I suppose that designation doesn't wholly apply to you, though, does it? Predicting future events is an imprecise science. Currently, that is. Well, then, I read that you'd have questions about our predictive methods, correct?
Shock and awe. I hear you, Garen. How does the order predict the future?
We utilize a mix of proprietary research methods to gather as complete a data set as possible, and advanced calculations using well-honed models to effectuate it. None of us predict events with complete accuracy or absolute detail. We'd need to solve the universal equation to do that. Fortunately, we're all working very hard on that problem. The Department of Predictive Analysis provide weekly prognostics reports and personalized order predictions to help steer our followers' paths.
So you tell everyone in the order what to do?
More what to watch out for. Advisement on adhering to the plan. Forecasts of probabilistic dangers. Elements of larger predictions made relevant to groups and individuals. The Department of Predictive Analysis is mainly populated by seers like myself, who represent the Order's most talented mathematicians. After years of study, some can predict events a few seconds or minutes into the future with reasonable precision. Others can estimate with up to 71.1% accuracy several months out. Of course, predictions have grown more difficult with the loss of the archive, but I am not to speak of that with an outsider. No offense.
Do unforeseen factors get in the way of your predictions?
Unforeseen factors, random elements, anomalous outliers, incalculable variables, all of them can undercut the accuracy of our predictions. But as we close in on solving the universal equation, unknown unknowns will become known unknowns. Then finally, known knowns. You follow?
Sure. Can you tell me anything about the situation in the settlement?
Matriarch's mercy is brimming beyond capacity with those cast out by war. But we of the Order rise to every challenge and continually strive to better our guests' existence. Why, I, for instance, have availed my predictive methods to our refugee neighbors in the area.
So you lack any substantial ways to aid the refugees?
There's nothing more practical than improving lives now, is there? We've offered the displaced access to our weekly prognostics reports and personalized order predictions. Engagement is admittedly rather low, but at least one member of the camp reports he has benefited from them greatly.
One person here will swear by the Order's predictive methods?
One of our recent guests, Rollo Nast, has received multiple personalized order predictions. I believe he could speak to the effectiveness of our ways firsthand. If my own humble assertions are not enough, I trust his attestations would convince you, and perhaps other members of the displaced as well.
Attestations. I swear every writer for this game literally had a thesaurus sitting on their desk. And they're like, okay, I need to find 5 words in this sentence that I can replace. Attestations, shut up.
True, my situation does lack a certain refinement. Regrettably, this is Matriarch's mercy. We all must do the best we can with limited means. I foresee you have much to do. I won't keep you. Adieu.
Of course. Dude, you look like a bug.
Ah, you must be the, Earth Directorate Agent I was told to expect. Your punctuality is commendable. Allow me to welcome you to Golden Ridge. I'm afraid I've no refreshments available, but can I interest you in a customary debate over decidability?
No time for that. Ruth said we could help one another out. Oh no, thank you. But I couldn't possibly indulge when there's mischief afoot. Start using smaller words, or I'm going to start using bullets. I think I'll go with the brilliant response.
Sensible. Straight to business then. The presiding bishop sent word of your imminent arrival. However, pursuant to our normal standards of compartmentalization, she was scant on the details of your mission. That said, I've been instructed to assist you however I can. So, tell me, what brings you to Golden Ridge?
Back up a minute. What was that about compartmentalization?
Well, since losing access to the archive, the Order has been forced to limit its open exchange of ideas and information to avoid contaminating what few predictions we can still make.
In other words, you're trying to avoid self-fulfilling prophecies?
Don't use that word, prophecy. Our predictions are strictly a matter of mathematical calculation. But in layman's terms, that is the objective. Yes.
The archive is a vast network of computational machines built beneath the ice of Cloister. Prior to the invasion, the Order used it to generate predictions on a vast scale. But listen to me prattling on. I'm sure you aren't here for a history lesson.
I need to speak with Victor Clemens.
Victor? Oh, yes, Archivist Clemens. Quite the mind. Such encyclopedic knowledge of engineering. One could almost mistake him for an exemplar. Is he in some kind of trouble?
I'm not sure, but it seems likely he's involved in a plot to destroy Arcadia.
Victor Clemens, some kind of radical. What an absurd notion.
I must
Like your
agree with my
outfit?
seer. I once watched Victor shed copious tears over a damaged data pad. It's difficult to imagine him capable of worse.
It's possible he's been manipulated into believing his actions serve the plan.
Good intentions have led scienticians in the past to stray down paths most troubling.
Scienticians?
Victor's currently supervising highly experimental research at one of our labs to the northwest, the N-Ray range, beyond the invaders' front lines. Unfortunately, you'll need to go through the decommissioned autonomous extractorium to reach it. That path is less than safe, so I advise caution.
Can you be more specific about the threats I'll be facing?
Besides the highly caustic Zeranium River and the Mantisaurs, we've also received reports of mad cultists in the area. It does make me wonder why Victor decided to stay.
Is that all? I laugh in the face of such danger.
Rift worshippers spouting inane theories. They began showing up prior to the invasion. The first sign of dysfunction in the Protectorate always starts small, doesn't it? Loath as I am to admit it, there may be some merit to your worries over a conspiracy within the Order, whether Victor is involved or not. As my predecessor would remind me, denying unpleasant facts is not good science. I would be remiss if I failed to support an investigation.
Glad we're on the same page. Now, how can I return the favor and help you?
No doubt you heard of the recent attack launched on that Anti's Choice base, Outpost Opportunity. It came from one of our facilities, the Zeranium Manufactory. But that facility is intended for research, not military action. I hate thinking an Order member responsible, but given the precision of the attack, it does suggest traitors in our midst. It would undoubtedly benefit both of us to root them out.
Respectfully, Scholar, given current tensions, should we really be trusting such a delicate task to this stranger? Would an internal review of our ranks not be more appropriate?
Dude, have you looked at yourself lately? Respectfully, avoid yourself.
Choosing levity at a moment like this is only further evidence of your lack of good judgment.
I don't dispute the need for discretion, my friend, but the presiding bishop made the determination to send the agent to us. It's best we trust her calculations. Moreover, our situation is growing increasingly dire. I can't overstate my fears concerning this most recent attack ending the ceasefire and reigniting the war in Golden Ridge. One more thing. Your investigation into the traitors takes precedence, but if you could also render aid at Outpost Opportunity on our behalf, such a gesture might preserve the peace.
Just checking. You're sure the Order didn't intentionally attack Anti's Choice?
Most assuredly not. It would eliminate the entire point of the ceasefire. Please convey that fact to whomever you speak with. I knew I could rely upon you. Ruth wouldn't have sent you otherwise. Here, take this writ of investigative inquiry. It'll grant you access to the manufactory. Seer Wiley and I will conduct our own inquest into these traitors you've mentioned erstwhile. We can compare notes once you've returned with your findings.
Rose! Happy Thanksgiving, my friend.
Illuminating the path to true erudition is an abbot's moral duty. Whatever I can tell you, I will.
Notice you refer to Wiley as a seer.
A calling for those with a greater than average talent for mathematics and computation, particularly in the field of predictive analysis. Yes.
Seer Wiley is being too modest about his contributions. Many in the Order rely on seers for their indispensable counsel. I myself would be lost without mine.
Having someone who can predict the future certainly seems handy with a war on. Nod sagely. I too value a good lackey.
Oh yeah? Is now a good time to talk about my salary?
No, it's not like that at all. Our bond is an equitable partnership built upon a foundation of mutual respect and dedication to the plan. In fact, what would you put our combined efficacy rate at these days, Wiley?
I won't trouble our good agent here with the exact calculation, but the percentage is considerable.
I dread the day your immeasurable talent finally propels you into the upper echelons. Truly, Landon, the Order doesn't realize what it has in you. Oh, indeed. I needn't educate you on what you can see with your very eyes. There is a great deal of pressure on me to navigate what is a rather novel situation. Without Wiley, I dare say our predicament here would be even more precarious. Many lives depend on him, on us both. Why, Matriarch's Mercy would not be the refuge it is without his predictions shepherding its development.
It's a disaster.
Not if you consider the alternative. Its absence would be far more catastrophic for these poor refugees. Really, the Order is being quite charitable.
All right, what's the story with giant statue?
That is a statue of the matriarch, Alexandra Varick, Arcadia's founder and for whom the monastery was named after. Regrettably, Alexandra Monastery is closed to non-Order members at the moment, given recent troubles. But perhaps Seer Wiley can give us an estimation of its reopening.
Oh, certainly. According to my calculations, the monastery will be accessible to certain members of the public shortly.
Haha, good news indeed. Oh, you really must visit. The observatory is a true sight to behold.
What a dick. Thanks for filling me in. I'll be on my way. Soon. I got your soon right here, jackwad. Shortly. All right, nothing worth nothing up here.
Have you beheld that new rifle up at the monastery? The Oracle?
The one Wiley designed, right? Uses a tracking algorithm, never misses. Sounds ambitious, even for him.
I'd give my tenure for an hour alone with it and a mantisaur at 2 clicks.
Oh, thank the architect you're finally here. I've scarcely breathed while hoping you'd come. I am in desperate need of your help.
Shh. Trade now. Talk later.
Since you aren't a refugee, I hope you understand that I cannot offer my goods free of charge, but my prices are fair.
Pinnacle Perfume Micro.
We need to help the folk at Opportunity, Commander. Void the Abbot. He's more concerned with exonerating his own than with making things right.
Okay.
Where do we go now? Another refugee camp?
We're not
Another
going
colony?
anywhere.
I predict.
Not on the basis of some half-baked prediction. This so-called exclusion zone is where we stake our claim. Stand with me in defense of freedom.
Except for the fact that you ain't yelling and trying to eat me. I'd have pegged you as some sort of prosperous scrapper by the rough look you got about you.
Hey.
You do got a certain feral look in your eye, though. Okay. I give up. Tell me. Oh, so that's how it is. You're the mediator that was foretold. Am I right? The Order wants us to believe that a catastrophe is coming to the exclusion zone at any second. Why? Because math told them so. Screw their predictions. We have people, displaced by war and disaster, in sore need of space. There's plenty of room to house them. Am I supposed to fall on my knees and thank the Order because something bad may or may not happen? Sorry. Not convinced. I honestly don't give the slightest whit about the Order's idea of math or whatever calculation tells them that a catastrophe may or may not occur.
What does the administrant want? To shut me up? To discredit me?
I'm supposed to get the lay of the land and negotiate terms of peace.
I don't know what the administrant's game is, but call me intrigued. Best thing you can do is introduce yourself around camp. See why we need the exclusion zones open.
I'll do that. Not gonna let me in here, are you? Oh no, there we go. Can I talk to any of you? No.
happened to this place? Law. Matriarch's Mercy is no safer than the trenches. Where do we go now? Another refugee camp? Another colony?
I predict, with an 8.23 margin of error, that our situation will improve in time.
Stop it with the predictions. You don't even know multivariable calculus.
Just trying to cheer you up.
What caused the schism between the Protectorate and the Order? The Consul tried to kill presiding Bishop...
My noggin sure is sore.
Mudge.
Ow.
So glad I could talk to you, Mudge.
Word to wise, don't accept anything here that's given for free. You'll pay, one way or another.
Nope, can't talk to any of them.
Up to no good? Good.
You got business? No? Move on.
I'll go with the required info discovered.
You the fixer lent your aid to Agent Galloway? Don't suppose you got that crawling hibiscus she promised to sneak me, huh? Forget it. You can come in. Don't do anything foolish. Hello, hello. You're the one that aided us in availing Sub Rosa of a rather large shipment of Spectrum vodka, yes? Agent Galloway is slightly less trustful than most feral 𝐂𝐚𝐧𝐬𝐿, so winning her over speaks volumes of your character. Consequently, I'm pleased to present you purchase access to my fine wares. It's fortunate you're no stranger to contraband.
All right.
Idle browsers will be escorted from the premises.
What's with the hostility? So that's just an actual sniper rifle that we can buy. And what do we have? 2 barrels and an optic. That's good to know. Shock barrel is the same one we have. We'll buy the advanced decryption keys. Incoming damage may change defense mode. Light damage, dealing less than 10% of max health, enables plus 10% damage resistance mode. Heavy damage, exceeding 10% of max health, enables plus 30% evasion chance mode. Interesting. I guess I can buy this for now. Make sure I don't have one. No, I do not.
Being this close to DeVries feels like we're finally on track to set the universe aright. Anyway, need something, Commander? Sure. Always happy to tool around for a bit. What did you have in mind?
Okay. Let's start with silencer. And then we'll do the shock barrel. Oh, did I already have one? Looks like I did. Oh, you can't do both. Okay. Well, I'd rather have the silencer. Let's put that on. All right. Yep. And we need heavy rounds.
Can't get that Andy's choice anyway.
Can we make
Sure.
heavy rounds?
Always happy to tool around for a bit. What did you have in mind?
We can. Here we go. 105 rounds. Much better. Okay. All right, Marcus, have a great night, buddy. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Eat way too much. I mean, just make yourself sick. Take care of yourself, brother. We'll talk soon.
Wait. Don't tell me you're one of those drones from Auntie's Choice.
Easy, friend. We're all in this together.
You just keep your distance.
Can't say I'm fond of these lodgings. Talk about close quarters.
Just be grateful for what you have.
Oh, try not to get too close. My sinuses are stuffed up, my ears are backed up, and my guts are gurgling. I could burst at any moment. Every fluid from every orifice. So keep your distance.
Have you ever considered quarantining for the sake of public health?
Oh, you want me to keep sickness to myself? Is that it? Well, I refuse to give in to shame and fear. I've gotten sick at least a dozen times since we set up camp. Why, last week alone, I caught hack lung, sprat tongue, skinny teeth, and a rare case of mortified skull emergence. Figured I might as well get used to being sick. So I'm practicing for my next disease. It's gonna be a nasty one. I think it's downright awful what's happened to these fine folks. But me especially. Sickness, malnutrition, spontaneous genetic disorders, it never ends. You too. Trust me, you don't want to catch this. Neither do I, for that matter.
All right, let's... set that as active since we're already here, and that's kind of what we've been doing. And I'm going to take a quick break. So I encourage you guys to get you a bio break, get you a snack or something, and I'll be back in just a couple minutes. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you had a good bio break, a snack break, whatever it was that you needed to do. I am back as well, and we are going to kick this thing. Looks like we need to go talk to Rolo Nast. Thank you, Miss Denise. Rolos. Rolos sound delicious.
The Protectorate have only been told a watered-down revision of Order philosophy.
Oh, a visitor. Without notice. Hello. You weren't mentioned in my latest personalized order prediction. Granted, I mostly skim the parts what don't cover probabilistic dangers, so perhaps you were alluded to in some, roundabout fashion. Suppose that means you're not a threat. So that's good, right? Yeah, I reckon that's good.
We'll start with this one.
I'll say, I try not to make any big plans until I consult my latest POP. First time I got a POP, it was on a lark. It said, Rolo Nast, our seer has predicted you must wear a helmet today. I borrowed one, as a laugh. Everybody ribbed me about it. Just after lunch, wind picked up on the cliff above and dropped a mock apple 152 meters straight down onto my head. Fortunately, I still had that brain case on.
How accurate would you say the predictions are?
If you want an exact estimate or percentage, talk to them. As for me, I just got that, anecdotal feedback. A few times, I couldn't make heads or tail of half of it. Like, avoid anything representing whole numbers. I didn't know what to do about that. So I just stayed put. End of the day, I'm still here, and my co-occupant Ike isn't. So, I guess them prognostications work well enough.
So, they've helped you.
You did catch the part I said they'd save my life, right? I think alive is a notable improvement on dead. That's something you can take to the bank, Figuratively speaking. I don't know why the other displaced have been so slow to take to them. But I'm not complaining too loud. Waited for my latest POPs long enough already.
All right. Thanks, Rolo. Rolo Nast says order predictions, while not always thorough or completely accurate, have reliably helped him to avoid danger. Let's go back and talk to the voice of the displaced.
What happened to this place? Law.
I suppose I can give you the time of day. Vexing. We're at the mercy of the Order, and the Order is at the mercy of their predictions. Not to insult our gracious hosts, but these people don't wipe themselves unless an equation tells them to.
Alright, that didn't help out a whole lot.
Every scientician yearns to visit the archive on Cloister. One day, it will process all of our equations. Apologies, outsider. As a vicar, I am usually tasked with guiding non-order lay people, such as yourself. Lately, the abbot has tasked me with the education of the refugees in our care. You are, of course, free to stay to be enlightened by my lecture, but I don't need an abacus to predict your path lies elsewhere. Well, if it's in the displaced's best interests, I imagine I can find a moment.
Give us the sitch.
Yes, I reckon I do have my ear to the grimy dirt floor of Matriarch's Mercy. I hear what common lay people are saying, and the wide array of bodily noises they make. Suppose I, more than any other member of the Order here, connect with non-scienticians. I've begun daily lectures, including practical advice on efficiently planning their days. I frequently launch into extended orations on everyone's favorite topic, math, and meticulously expatiate on our sex origins in the most rigorously pedantic detail.
You haven't actually told me anything about the situation here.
Oh dear, I got ahead of myself, didn't I? That's an occupational hazard around here. As I'm sure you've read in recent dissertations doing the rounds, education has proven to have a 13.7% increase in overall quality of life. I am single-handedly making a difference here, with constructive pointers on efficient scheduling, lessons on order history, plus some mathematics for a little added razzle-dazzle.
I think we have different ideas of what constitutes practical advice. Do you think people are listening?
Never as many as I would like, perhaps, but my little congregation grows by the hour. Eventually, my unsophisticated layperson friend, the knowledge just seeps right in. Give it a few years and they'll even be asking questions.
All right.
Go on. You take care now. You hear?
Cogitate before you agitate. Violence and hostility within Matriarch's Mercy.
There is an art to cooking. Alas, I am a man of science, not art.
Welcome. Have you come to bask in the Order's knowledge?
Look, I'm not with Auntie anymore. We all had reasons to leave.
Thus, if we compare... And then we solve for... apologies. Just catching up on a research assignment between queries. Yes? Did you need something?
You normally do this in the midst of a busy settlement? I meant to ask about the situation in town, but your presence has distracted me.
Distraction and I are old colleagues at this point. My part in these shared circumstances is admittedly somewhat unique. The abbot felt a scientician operating in a conspicuous spot in the thoroughfare might be useful. An illustrative way for our guests to see how we operate, to show how the crabble patties are made, as it were.
That is, if the meat preparation involved a 90-step rate formula and a conflux of polynomial equations.
Sure. You think that's what the displaced refugees most need right now?
I am also on hand to answer queries by providing data supporting our actions. Though perhaps due to my central location, 89.74% of the time, I am simply asked for directions.
Better than, I bet the other 10.26% of the time you're asking if they can use this space. What kinds of data do you have in support of the Order's efforts here?
Given our present circumstances, most of my data revolves around existential threats vis-a-vis the displaced. According to data, life inside shows a notable uptick in key relevant quality of life factors: longevity, access to medicine, potable water. Life outside sees increased risk of starvation, inclement weather, and hostile xenofauna. Yes, indeed. Numbers are really against you out there.
Better to have shelter than eaten by raptidons. Check.
By quite a healthy statistical margin, yes. We nurture the body while we minister to the mind. We organize, we adapt. We have diverted internal resources to better meet demand in key areas. And I'm pleased to say that's led to a statistically significant 2.7% increase in refugee satisfaction. But if my data remains unconvincing, I suggest you inquire with Provisioner Plotnik inside the lift building. Simply tell her Archivist Widmark approves brief use of her time. Then back to it I shall get.
I miss my sprats.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
I wish. Between the invaders and the Order defecting, there's no putting this sprat back into the can.
Keep your
Oyster is
behavior
looking
within
pretty good right
acceptable
about now.
parameters.
A wasteland devoid of life? No, Arcadia is doomed. Plain and simple.
Look, I'm not with Auntie anymore. We all have reasons to be here.
Really? What was yours?
Honestly, I don't
Yes.
What exactly do you do here?
I have zero allotted time for random queries, at present or in the foreseeable future. But very well. As the assigned provisioner, I am responsible for coordinating the requisition and distribution of comestibles, medicinals, and miscellaneous vital supplies. The overwhelming majority of my time is dedicated to this, leaving only moments to see to the Order's needs in the settlement. But it is an effort I undertake with great relish. You may not have noticed, but the refugees do not want for food or medicine.
Sorry to say, but this place may not have noticed either.
With the great disruption that has occurred to their lives, one can hardly blame them. That they are fed and remain healthy is sufficient for me. The Order of the Ascendant is dedicated to the ascension of humanity. Our ultimate goal may not be reached in our lifetime. If I can help others in need today, I shall do so to the utmost extent of my abilities and resources. Appreciate you respecting my time.
Okay.
Scienticians around the settlement inform me you've made some inquiries. Good, good. Continue poking around further, though. You must earn both sides' trust, you know. Have you spoken to all representatives of the Order? All of the displaced? The Doctor? The questionable types from Sub Rosa? Investigated the containers? If not, do. Well then, if you need me in the meantime, I'll be here, up to my ocular organs and requests.
Your misgivings aside.
Besides what I've already told you, to put it gently, disorganized, which is irregular for a group that prides itself on mathematical acumen. But with effort, patience, and collaboration, I am confident that Matriarch's Mercy will soon be a haven for the displaced. Good. Check in with me once you've made significant progress. As with probability, there is an art to mediation, and it requires a well-rounded perspective.
All right. So we have not talked to enough people yet. Talk to the doctor. Let's talk to the doctor.
Thank the architect. I knew you'd be back. Well, really, it was the seer that knew, but it is always nice to have his predictions confirmed. As a doctor, I'm appalled. We don't have enough beds or private quarters to separate people, so sickness is blazing an unhappy trail through the refugees. Of course, the Order keeps us well supplied with meds, but things will get worse as long as we're overcrowded. Yes, I can treat sickness as it arises. It would be leagues better to prevent it entirely. That means space to spread out. Since you asked, you can run this medicine to Horst Lambing. Just don't shake the man's hand. He has a habit of coughing into his palm when he covers it at all. You see, the Seers are members of the Order who labor over the universal equation. Even in its unfinished state, the equation gives them the means to predict the future. Recently, I had a rare opportunity to ask the Seer for guidance. He told me that a dashing outsider would answer my prayers. I feared the prediction was a fluke, but here you are. A dashing outsider standing before me. Strictly speaking, it isn't. Not yet. But the math is very, very, very good at predicting what is probably most likely extremely possible. In theory. Within a margin of error. Anyway, that is the Seer's business. My business is the health and welfare of this camp.
Tell me more.
Where to begin? There are so many sick and wounded in Matriarch's Mercy, and I have but 2 imperfect hands. I am but a humble general practitioner. What I really need are specialists, and the Seer predicted an outsider would find them.
I'll find your medical specialist, as was foretold. Inez, think you could help?
I have time to patch up 1 or 2 patients before we head out. I used to be a combat medic. A good one, too.
You also strike me as someone on the go. I need committed medical employees, not a freelancer. The Seer gave me a datapad with explicit instructions that I not read it, for my intervention could only throw probability into disarray. Now, take the datapad, with my thanks. How can I be of service?
Nope. On my way. Though you may be a stranger to these lands, you shall help us by locating medical specialists essential to the health and well-being Matriarch's Mercy. Be they formally trained or unconventional in approach, rest assured that they will be welcomed with open arms. A taxidermist, a savant with needle and thread, can be found within the bounds of Matriarch's Mercy. Outta Mechanical that has fallen prey to scrappers is located to the west in the Guardian Estates. A plumber, a specialist in the most depraved and yet essential biological functions, is currently in the trenches of combat. Alright, so we know where the taxidermist is, so we can go talk to him. Let's go chat with our taxidermist friend.
Can't say I'm fond of these lodgings.
How do you do, stranger? Always nice to see a friendly face around Matriarch's Mercy. Oh, it's a pity I can't lend more aid to our downtrodden collective. I'm just a humble taxidermist.
How much do you know about suturing wounds?
More than whoever butchered your friend. Do you need any touch-ups on that appendage?
Not unless you think a pair of glass eyes and glued-on antlers will help. Sorry.
But something tells me you didn't come to talk shop. What's this about, Agent? Am I in trouble?
I'm seeking medical specialists.
What? And you think that's me? Listen, friend, a little skill with needle and thread does not make me a qualified medical professional.
Look, this place ain't exactly crawling with experts, and Doc needs all the help he can get. Even if all you do is suture wounds, your services will be invaluable.
Have it your way, then. I know when I'm being voluntold. But you better make it worth my while. Before I agree to anything, I need sprat corpses. Several. And no victims of violence, please. My art depends on the quality of the sleeve. The term is industry standard. And a taxidermist without standards is never a pretty sight. I used to source all of my sprats from a local trapper, Frankie Billings. No idea if she's still in business. Word has it she's out north in Auntie's Choice territory, so watch yourself. Fresh being the operative word. My thanks, stranger.
All right. So let's go talk.
Don't tell me you're one of those drones
Oh, wait.
from Auntie's Choice.
Easy, friend.
Where's that dude coughing? Here he is.
Sorry, I'm all out of throat lozenges. I'll try not to sneeze on you, but no promises.
Here's some medicine.
Law, finally. Real relief for my fake symptoms. Let's see it then.
At least you can pretend to feel better.
If it's all the same, I'll give it to someone in real need. I've got more practice ahead of me. Wouldn't want to spoil it by seeking treatment. You have my gratitude, stranger.
Crazy bastard.
My noggin sure is sore.
Not you, not you.
Keep your nose clean and your deals dirty.
All right.
Greetings. What can I help you with? Let me guess. One of your co-occupants is always hanging up his or her britches in your corner of the yurt. Am I right? Or you're dealing with more of a stay off my palate or that's my air you're breathing sort of thing. Pray elucidate the exact nature of your tiff of contention.
Tell me the nature of your services here.
We offer a wide array of proxy altercations, from restrained bludgeoning to flat-out scraps. Here in Matriarch's Mercy, if you're not a member of the Order, you're probably living close to somebody else. In some cases, sleeping on top of them. Sort of thing tends to cause friction between neighbors. Would lead to fights, but nobody here wants trouble with the Order. So they hire our hooligans to battle by proxy.
They fight using stand-ins.
Half the time, people shy away at the first sight of blood. The other, that's what they're there for. We say whoever wins the fight wins the argument. But frankly, it's never anything of consequence, like, okay, hurrah! This guy gets back his mangy button. Now, how can I help you exactly?
I came to ask you about the situation in the camp, but you answered my question.
Ugh, a tourist. Well, clear out then, huh? Can't have you scaring off real customers. I got a bunch of yeggs, 2 pugilized pugilists, and a 𝐂𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐬𝐭 to feed.
You've investigated the local concerns well enough to resolve this dispute. Seek out the voice of the displaced and let the mediation begin. Sweet.
Look, your nose was just a stand-in for Duarte's nose. Don't feel like those.
Where do we go now? Another refugee camp? Another colony?
I predict.
Oh. Administrator Agrawal. Here to finally hash this out, are you? Thought this day would never come.
Yes, well, our esteemed outsider here has agreed to thoroughly appraise our situation, in the hope that we may finally close the book on the exclusion zone once and for all.
They say you asked around. Listen to folks. That's a good start, at least.
I'm ready to begin if you are.
Speaking as a representative of the Order, we will abide by the Mediator's decision if you do the same.
Agreed.
Mediator, I leave the fate of the exclusion zone in your capable hands.
All right, I'd like to discuss what I found out about the Order side.
Speak on then.
Rolo Nass taught me a bit about the Order's predictions and their usefulness.
Did he also happen to mention they were needlessly oblique and vague?
Rolo seemed convinced they should be followed. He said they weren't always accurate, but he was too scared to ignore them. Seems to me like the Order wastes a lot of time and energy on them. He seemed convinced that they should be followed.
Quite right. Rolo's co-occupant might have also supported our warnings, had he heeded them.
I don't know. You ask me, when it comes to these Order predictions, there's a lot of room between a probable and definite outcome.
I spoke with Vicar Arendi about her support for the displaced.
You mean that missionary type who's always talking at everybody instead of to them?
She's out of touch with people's actual needs, but then again, so is the Order. She values education, but I find her methods questionable. She means well. Complex mathematics can be useful even to the displaced, I think. Yeah, we'll go with this one.
A bit rude, don't you think? But since this mediation was foretold, I will not dispute your findings.
Provisioner Plotnik informed me of the Order efforts.
You actually got the Provisioner to give you the time of day. Huh.
Ah, yes. I sometimes forget Provisioner Plotnik is also assigned to minding the displaced's needs. Her role is largely proactive, while mine is reactive.
Provisioner seems committed to ensuring the displaced want for nothing. Provisioner's work is highly valued. She keeps Matriarch's Mercy supplied except for critical space and building supplies.
If the Provisioner's booked up, I say redeploy another egghead at the matter.
It's less of an issue of personnel as it is of safety. Contrary to your assumptions, we do care about your collective and individual well-being.
All right, let's talk about the displaced.
I'm all ears, Mediator.
You heard about the business with the Sub Rosa altercations?
The what now?
When grievances between the displaced approach fisticuffs, we hire Sub Rosa hooligans to duke things out for us.
That is unquantifiably absurd. And I don't see how moving into the exclusion zone will help.
Overcrowding leads to frustration. Minor issues get amplified in unproductive ways. The displaced are penned in like animals. No surprise they're lashing out. The Order should work to prevent this kind of thing. We'll go with overcrowding leads to frustration.
Unproductive is one thing. Paid Donnybrooks with surrogate fighters is... well, I'm at a loss for an applicative metaphor to describe it.
I spoke with the camp doctor.
I understand he is rather short-handed.
Yeah. Someone should get right on that, huh? Anyhow, what was the good doctor's diagnosis?
He has meds to treat sickness, but he can't cure overcrowding. He needs more resources, not more space. Oh, you have people living on top of each other, which is a public health disaster. Yeah, we'll go with this one.
At Auntie's choice, we'd view this from a lens of how sickness undercuts productivity.
That is indeed unfortunate, but the dangers predicted for the exclusion zone may outweigh these concerns.
Found evidence of a collapsed structure.
Collapsed? But we built Matriarch's Mercy to optimize comfort and safety.
I'm guessing you're saying this wasn't an official structure. More of a hastily assembled, precariously built shanty.
Refugees shouldn't have to build in these conditions. These huts come crashing down. The fault lies with the displaced. They should make better use of their resources. Both of those are technically true.
People are struggling to make do with what they have. If we had the exclusion zone, this wouldn't be a problem.
I'm aghast these structures weren't built following established order construction guidelines. By my calculations, you've explored this topic from every conceivable angle. Admirable work, Mediator. I suspect that your sympathies lie with the displaced. Unfortunate if true, but I leave the decision in your capable hands.
I rule for the displaced. Their needs outweigh the danger. The exclusion zone is theirs. I rule for the order. They predict disaster and I won't risk the lives of the displaced. I have no business making life or death decisions on anyone's behalf. I rule for no one. Look, for the record, all of this is ridiculous. I just have this sneaking suspicion that if I rule for the displaced, then the order will get proven correct. Right? That's the whole idea. Is that now I'm the one responsible for all the displaced death and injury and all that shit. I'm gonna go with this one because it made me laugh.
Finally understand what we're dealing with, huh? For every problem, there's an obtuse, indirect solution.
Regardless of your misgivings, I ask that you follow your reason.
Well, then I'm gonna go with I have no business making life or death decisions.
Are we to have a stalemate for the rest of our days? This cannot be what the prediction foretold.
You sure about this? I mean, talk about wasted effort on your part.
All right, I'm gonna side with the displaced. Screw it. Let them die.
Well, if this is the fate that was augured, then I will not complain. Though it goes against my very nature. Please, be safe. That's all I ask.
Not to worry, Administrant. The exclusion zone is our problem now. Here. You stay out of trouble. We'll try and do the same.
All right. Well, that was a hell of a run. That's a good little quest that we did all right here in the camp, primarily. Now we got a bunch of other stuff to do. We could do the doctors inside borders. Bartender of the second choice bar on Free Market Station has asked you to look into the unusual silence of a refugee camp in Golden Ridge. Okay. Let's do that. The map, region. There's like a whole other section here that we haven't even explored yet. Let's go visit that lift. Yeah, let's go check that out. Yeah, here. Oh, okay. Can't do it yet. Yet.
By calculating the position of every
Can't say I'm fond of these lodgings.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
Okay. So. Looks like we missed a couple buildings over here.
Invaders, order defecting. There's no putting this sprat back in the can.
Looking pretty good right about now.
Guess there's no way in there.
I'm dead without my Drina time. Taking position so I can...
Give the order and I'll take care of him, Commander.
Hey, shitheads. Stop fucking moving me around, you dick. Oh, wow. Sounds like a rough night, Russ. In a blizzard right now. Wow. And here I was like, oh man, it's gonna be 45 degrees tonight. Those people got all kinds of messed up. I didn't do it. So that pitch ball card that I just picked up on the ledger increased my crit chance by 1%. But it also went for that quest that we picked up earlier this evening. So that's kind of cool. Did make a semi-emergency run to the store. Guessing I missed quite a bit since Vic went on his break. I finished up that little quest that I was running around talking to everyone at the encampment. And I decided to side with the displaced so they could move into the forbidden zone. So I'm sure that next time we go back over there, they're all going to be dead because whatever prediction the Order was making will have come happened, and I'm sure they all exploded or some stupid shit. That's probably what you missed. Oh, Jesus, scared the bejesus out of me. God. Holy shit. That's just wrong.
Happy to assist in crafting more ammo if you need it.
Yeah, we're gonna need that.
No offense to Val, Anyway, sure. Always happy to tool around for a bit. What did you have in mind?
Yeah, I hear you, Gary. 25 to 45 mile an hour winds. Forecasted 12 inches of snow. Oh, God. Let's see, we need shotgun shells. Here we go. There we go. 100 shells. Perfect. Now I don't feel so bad. TruFlat! How you doing, brother? Nanner chips. I don't know that I want to know what nanner chips are. Oh, God. Oh, I missed it. We'll just go around. Okay, so we've covered all of that. Please tell me you're not working tomorrow, True. Four-day weekend, nice. That's fantastic.
Overheard what you said earlier, that nobody wants Auntie's choice here. Maybe not right now, but that tune will change once these folks see just what we're offering them. Freedom.
Freedom at the point of a gun don't strike you as a mite forceful?
So liberation is only acceptable on your terms. Is that it?
It's acceptable when we do it because the people ask for our intervention. That's kind of the whole point of the Earth Directorate.
You say that, but we both know that ain't why you or the commander came to Arcadia in the first place. What was the plan? Take what you came for and leave these folk to their fate? No. I think it ain't so much that the Earth Directorate only goes where they've been asked. It's more about what serves their interests. So, who's really the moral party here?
I ain't gonna be lectured by a corporatist. Find someone else to bluster at.
Ooh, little snappiness between the two of them. Work last Saturday. That's not supposed to be how it works. But hey, you gotta take what you can, I suppose. Where am I going? There. Yeah, my mom, when I was talking with her yesterday, she's like, "Are you off this week?" I was like, "Yeah, I have to take time off because they won't pay me out and they'll only let me carry over 40 hours." right now, and it's all PTO. I don't have sick leave and vacation time. It's all just PTO. It's all in one lump sum. So I carry over 40 hours so that if I get sick in February, then I have time on the books. Even though they'll let me go up to negative 40 hours, I'm like, no, I'm not going into the negative. So anyway, I always carry over 40 hours. And she goes, how are you taking this whole week off? Because I'm assuming you probably have like the week of Christmas. I'm like, no. I'm off like the last 2 weeks of December. And she goes, what? I said, look, I get paid like crap. I'm not paid nearly what I should be getting paid. But at the very least, they give me time off, paid time off. So it ends up being like 20, 21 days. Which isn't too bad for being with the company only 5 years. I can't believe there was only one person over here. Oh, the new sniper rifle's definitely doing the job. Yeah, we have like 5 paid holidays a year. And so I always try taking a vacation day or 2 around those holidays just to extend it out. You know, so like for Labor Day, okay, well, I take the Friday before the Monday for Labor Day. I take the Friday before Memorial Day. You know, I take whatever days closest or days that are closest to the weekend for 4th of July. I take the whole week for Thanksgiving. I take the last 2 weeks of December. And like I said, they give us enough time that I'm okay with PTO also going for sick time. Because if they gave us a week of sick time a year, 5 days, right? 40 hours, but then gave us less vacation time, I would just be worried that they'd be trying to screw me out of vacation time. And my boss is pretty cool about, like, if I have a doctor's appointment and I'm only going to be gone like an hour, hour and a half, he doesn't make me take any PTO. It just, hey, take a long lunch, you know, kind of a thing. That's the nice part about not working at the corporate level. Oh, for sure. God, there's a lot of crap around here. And I don't want to miss anything, you know? Oh. Yeah, see, that's brutal. Yeah, the fact that they won't pay me out. And they won't pay anyone out, including my boss. I think I have a problem with taking time off. That man has a huge problem with taking time off. Because for me, all I have to do is plan ahead of time, right? Make sure that the technicians have extra equipment on hand, you know, that's assigned to them. I'm good to go. Even for 2 weeks. Because you know what? I don't have a single technician that's working both of those weeks. I may have a couple contractors, but most all of my technicians are taking one or at least part of those 2 weeks off. So I don't have to have like huge stacks and stacks of equipment for them. You know, modems and DVRs and all that crap. It just doesn't happen. My boss, he doesn't get, because his boss is like 4 hours away. So he doesn't get, if most of the time for the last, 2 years, if he takes time off, like he was off today, okay? But if there was an outage somewhere, he would still get the phone call. He'd still have to roll on that outage, even though he was taking PTO. Because there's no one to be the boss when he's not there. I heard it. I ran my ass off. Okay, where is... Oh, why is that floating so high up there? Oh, because it's a radius. So I'm looking for a robot to help the doctor. $80 hours is a lot of sick time to use. Oh, hot tamales. Heck yeah. You could drop a few hot tamales in a hot cup of apple cider. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that. I got the ricochet shot. I killed him too. How sick is that? 1 bullet, 2 kills. Woohoo! And we leveled up. Oh, got another guy over here. An obliterator, but he's going around back. Oh, there you go, Denise. That sounds fantastic. Okay, we need to bump our sneak to 8, lockpick to 5. Apply that. Now that our guns are 8, sneak is at 8, we can do our perk of requires 5 or more total perks purchased. Kiss my ass. Oh, that sucks. Well, I guess we'll take Crabble Rancher now, and then next level at 12, we'll get another perk point, and we can take Suppressionist. Because this will give us plus 10% range damage and plus 20% crit chance. Yep, apply. Anyone else around? I don't think so. Yeah, I was digging on that too, Gary. Alright, so that card gave us +1 toxicity crash overload. So it's nice that the cards are more than just collectibles. They actively give you bonuses. I hear you. Ah, there you are. The hell's making all that noise? Is it you, you little shits? Yeah, that always sucks, Denise. It would drive my mom crazy when I was living out in California. And I couldn't come back for like Christmas or Thanksgiving or something like that. It would just drive her absolutely batty that one of her kids was 1,500 miles away. Okay, I think that we have pretty sufficiently cleared this area here.
Yeah.
Oh, I totally get that, Gary.
Ain't nothing there.
Oh, there's the Dr. Otta mech. Cool. That's what we're looking for over here.
Error. Navigation systems offline. Unable to locate designated path.
We'll fix him in a second.
Greetings. This unit is unable to fulfill its programming. Are you able to assist this unit in its assigned duties?
What seems to be the problem, my artificial friend?
This unit is unable to execute its programming due to tampering. Navigational and other systems have been compromised. This unit is now being used as a target, which is not among its designated functions. This unit must return to Matriarch's mercy to dispense medical care in order to fulfill its programming.
Bypass all navigation systems and return to the last known location of your charging pad. You must be one of the medical specialists the seer foretold.
This unit is not programmed to respond to order prognostication. It is not a medical specialist. It is a specialized tool of medicine.
All right, so we're going to go with this. Bypass all navigation systems.
Searching for last known location of charging pad. Success. 1 entry found. Processing optimal path toward Matriarch's Mercy. Return sequence will be initiated once path is determined.
Doc Hollis Beardsley needs help with the refugees. Yep.
Clarification of purpose confirmed. This unit will arrive at its destination with 0.02% higher efficiency. Thank you, qualified engineer.
All right, little buddy. And just like a fart in the wind, he disappeared. All right, so he's done. Yeah, I know, right? They're just like, nope. He just disappeared. Which is why I don't want Obsidian messing with the next, like, doing, like, New Vegas 2. It's just not the same company anymore. They're doing their own thing, and they're having a good time doing it. And they're doing a pretty good job. I mean, this game's pretty good. I didn't care for the look and feel of Avowed. I really enjoyed what they originally showed. Did not care what the game became. But that's my own personal preference. Grounded 2 is a fantastic game. It's much, much bigger than the original Grounded. I'm sure eventually I'll cover it on the channel. But it's still way early access. So, but this is not the same Obsidian that did New Vegas. Well, it would have to essentially be a new location anyway.
Liquidate 'em.
Because between the game and season 2 of Fallout, they have covered New Vegas. But so many people think that the Obsidian of today is the Obsidian of 15 years ago that made New Vegas. It's not. There's very few people still there from when that game was made. Where in the hell am I going?
Take care not to slip. A fall from that height wouldn't be pretty.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just up. Lots of up.
Armed and ready.
Oh, shit.
Got a distraction for you. Come at me.
Lots and lots of goodies. To the left of the ramp? We're here? Oh, you're right. I did look at that. Good eye, Gare.
Graph's raring to go. The gravel claw's angry. Mess with me, you got to crawl.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
Say when.
Let me handle this.
I'm the one you need to worry about. You lot couldn't hit the wrong side of a plane.
Got my lamps on a hostile.
Scrap their bones! Get a train of
Who there?
Grab back in.
Moving on up!
Looking a little woozy there, Commander.
Whew. Okay. If you can read this. If you can't, have someone read it to you. Keep away from the refugee camp near the estates. It's full of automechs. It'll kill you and mash you good. Not worth getting killed for a handful of refugees who won't have any Adrena time anyhow. Could wait for them to fall apart, storm in and scrap them, but better to avoid them altogether. We got all of Golden Ridge to plunder. That's from one of the guys that's wanted. I hear you, Gary. Oh.
When even scavengers are falling on hard times, you know the situation's dire.
Ooh, 8. Nope. Definitely do not have that. Did he just say who pissed in my pants? Okay, I just want to make sure I wasn't the only one that heard that.
Is it time for a dinner time yet? Because yes. Time.
Well, that was my initial thought, Denise. This is very true, Gary.
Talking to myself now, huh? Must have cobwebs in the attic.
Yeah, using the word touch, probably not the best word to use in this conversation, Denise. All right, let's see what we got here. All right. Nothing worth buying. Let's use this. Break down all of our junk. I mean, I really don't need to be carrying around all of this stuff, I could really start getting rid of some of it, but like I'm not gonna use this light revolver. It could be, Gary. I haven't found any more information about those rifts yet. Ooh, I got quite a few of these. Hopefully it's not when you think about me, Gary. Hopefully it's about when you think about Denise. Yeah, that's it. Yes, absolutely. Oh, see, now she really went and ruined it. Okay. Anyone over there? No? All right. I don't think my sniper rifle is going to do much good inside. Oh, let's go see what's over here. Yeah. I can rest assured that no one is thinking about me. All right. Guess it's time to go inside. Or maybe... No, we'll do one side. I was gonna say, let's call it here. But that's kind of a dickish move, right? Spend all the time to get up here and then be like, haha, no, sorry, we're not going in. No, we'll do one side. We'll do this building. And then we'll save the other building for next time.
Sure, it's pretty now, but have we considered what it might look like on fire?
Estate's key. Oh shit, we may not be doing. Oh, we can pick this one. 300 XP. I'll take that.
Ain't recharged.
Yeah, I know. It moved, I shot it. And if there's a family still living here, they've got more serious problems than that. Suck on these nades.
You got my time? Ready to waste them on your command. Over here, 3 hole in the head. I'm the one you need to worry about.
Back up for grabs. Here's to the next residence being above development.
All right. Wham bam. It's a shotgun hammer. The makers of Bread Drink and Shoe Pants comes a new and innovative mashup. The shotgun hammer. Wham bam. When it's a melee weapon that when you hit an enemy, it shoots a shotgun shell at them. That shit's hilarious. What do you got? Estate's key. Okay. I don't know, hearing shoe pants just makes me think of shoe on head.
There is a strange sort of humor in the onset of the first war in Arcadia's history, within a few days of my being assigned here. As far from Protectorate society as possible, Golden Ridge suffers under an invading force, and moreover, it appears that our Order colleagues have betrayed us. At first, I lamented my isolation, but I've realized I was where I needed to be of service. The scores of abandoned subjects need a leader. I have enlisted the staff at these estates to help accept the first influx of still loyal Protectorate refugees. More shall come. I shall lead them out of the shadows and into the light. Yeah. For the good of the Protectorate. This is my calling.
Well, they sure are fanatical. I'll give them that. The Motley Helm. Mag pick, nice. All right. Yeah, we got some stuff to check out here. And I think we will finish that up on our next stream. I mean, I was hoping that maybe one of the brothers was over here and one was in the other building, but that's okay. I'll take both over here. And we will pick up here the next time. Yeah. Do that. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Thank you for all the likes. Thanks for hanging out in chat. Gary, good to see you, buddy. Denise, love you as always. Russ, batten down the hatches. I know you're in the middle of a blizzard. Hopefully things go well enough for you. And everyone else lurking in the background of chat, thank you guys so much. You guys have a fantastic Thanksgiving. The holidays can always be a hard time, but remember that there's always something to be thankful for. And, you know, maybe it's a friend, a family member, you know, the fact that you have a job, the fact that you have a car, you know, any number of things we can be thankful for. And we should be thankful for all of them. And we should be thankful for each other, too. This is a fantastic community we have here. And I just adore you guys. And I'll be back on Saturday with some Phasmo with the fellas. So, yeah. Thank you so much for hanging out. And until next time, this is Draco Invictus saying this has been the best day in my life. See ya.